Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League for the PlayStation platform. I am one of two commentators for tonight, Malk. With me, as always, is Phil, aka Nitrogash. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good, Malk. Ready again on a Tuesday night for a cracking F2 race here at Invictus.
Absolutely, and at the Suzuka track. We'll go into more of the track info in a moment or two, but from your perspective, have you had any good memories at Japanese Grand Prix?
Oh yeah, I mean this classic is the track is a classic. Sorry, many memories of being a kid in real life and getting up early in the morning to watch Senna and Prost. Showing my age here now, by the way. Of course, Damon Hill winning his championship here. It used to be quite a big event, the Japanese Grand Prix. It used to be sort of the championship decider always used to seem to happen here. Great track, great racing, really.
Absolutely, and it should be. I think all the greatest drivers ever to have driven round at the Japanese Grand Prix. It's just an iconic track, and it's one of the tracks where it's got the 8-figure circuit, shall we say. But it's all good stuff anyway. But before we go into too much detail, we're going to go straight to the track info, just for you guys. The track info, obviously this is round 4 of the Japanese Grand Prix. We have raced 6 times. The last appearance was back in Season 10, Race 1. The circuit length would be 5.807 kilometres with 3.608 miles, 18 corners, 27 laps. The predicted pit strategy is the one stop. The pit loss time is 21 seconds. So that's the guys that are going to have to be careful on as well. And you got the C3, C2 and C1 tyres of the soft, medium and hard compounds respectively. And as you can see from the previous winners, obviously it's just been it's one of those iconic tracks, and it's one of those where everyone will be absolutely going for it. And it's one of those things as well. So obviously from all those drivers that you've seen on the right side, yourself, Nitro, has won it at the Performance League, but also in tonight in the F2 League is Speaking, who won it in the PlayStation No Assist League.
Yeah, she's going to hope that she can bounce back from last week's result and get a win here tonight, really, to jump her back up in the table. Yeah, I won it. I think it was not. Was it last season actually? What season does it say on there? 10, I think.
Yeah.
It was a wet race as far as I can remember, and I got lucky with a safety car, and I pitted just at the right time and managed to hold off. I think it was Schofield and somebody else for a couple of laps. But yeah, great win. I'm really happy to win round here. I think any driver that wins round here is going to be very happy.
Absolutely, and it's one of those, as I keep saying it's one of the bestest tracks and iconic tracks that you ever want to win. And especially if, like yourself, Phil, to be fair, and to win it, it's just a monumentous achievement for all the track itself. So how does it fit? How does the drivers get to emulate to try and get into either a podium or a win tonight? What's your thoughts?
I think round here it's about being really, really consistent, and you know, this is one of those tracks where if you push just a little bit too hard, too close to the edge, it can bite you really badly through, especially through the S's. You know, and the hairpin, you know, you can misjudge that. It's a track that if you get into a rhythm, you can really, really, you know, feel comfortable around here. But then at other times you just can't get it, and it'll spit you off at places. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
Absolutely, and that's the point where, especially through the S's section as well in the first sector with the DRS as well, that will help. And then obviously you've got the spoon curve, which is at turn 14, and then down to 130R, which is turn 15. Those are the two main important tracks as well, and well, two important corners, I feel, to be fair, and especially at the hairpin at turn 11. That's the one where you might see a few overtakes galore, shall we say. But before we do any more, we're going to go straight to the standings before we go on to the live scene at Suzuka track. But give you a bit of an update of the driver standings. Obviously, in F2 League, you've got John Belion, who's in first with 33 points. These are the points that I've done after, obviously, the penalties and the stewards' inquiries. So this is the latest as well. So John Belion, who's in first with 33 points. You got Hubberstone, who's in second with 28 points. You got Rib is in third with 26 points. Speed Queen is in fourth with 25 points. Mr. Steen is in fifth with 17 points. Bills is in sixth with 15 points. Taking Else is in seventh with 10 points. Hulk is in eighth with 8 points. Same with Ahmed in ninth with 8 points. And Stefan is in 10th with 8 points. Nightshades is in 11th with 7. Aquadin is in 12th with 5 points, and you got Huntara is in 13th with 4 points. Wojtek is in 14th with 1 point, and the rest are all under 0 points as well. So we should be able to kick off now and again, and we're just going to have the constructors. For the constructors. No, that's fine, mate. That's absolutely fine. We've got the F2 League of the constructors of first place and second place joined with the AlphaTauri and the McLarens with 41 points. You've got the Red Bull team in third with 32 points. Racing Point is in fourth with 28 points. Ferrari is in fifth with 18 points. Williams is in sixth with 17 points. Mercedes is in seventh with 12 points. Alfa Romeo is in 8th with 5 points. Renault is in 9th with 1 point. And Haas team have got minus 1 point. But let's not wait any longer. Let's go straight to the live scene. And go straight into the track itself. So,
just in the pits at the moment, waiting for the first driver to make an appearance.
But yeah, looking at the scenarios, we're just waiting for the weather crew. Hopefully will let us know sooner rather than later. But what do you think? I know it looks like it's going to be a dry qualifying at the moment, but would you like to see wet conditions tonight?
I would have liked to see wet to spice it up, but I've just received the weather report. It says dry.
Dry. Oh, it's going to be a dry race. That's what we love to see at the Suzuka track as well. So, to be fair though, just watching CJ Hayes now doing his lap, but obviously with the Haas team, they had a bit of an unlucky moment last week at the Russian track, but where do you think the Haas team are going to try and do? Obviously they're in minus 1 point of the constructors, so they need to try and do something to get out of the bottom.
Yeah, I think they need just to, play the long game and try and get some points on the board, get their season started. Like you said last week, unfortunate incident at the first corner sort of ruined both of their races. So hopefully, fingers crossed for them, they can get some points on the board tonight.
Hopefully so. He's just got one of the Red Bull drivers. And that might be either Nightshades or Speed Queen. We're just going to try and find out. Yeah, that was.
It was Nightshade, mate.
Yeah, so just Nightshades to see. But we saw some strategies that we're going to mention about actually. So the two strategies that we are going to see and could hit on is the soft medium or the soft hard. So obviously we've mentioned about you winning the Japanese Grand Prix back in the Performance League. So what do you think they'll probably would gamble to go on the softs anyway, but would you go for the mediums or the hards at the end of the session of the race itself?
I think for me, I'd go mediums. I think you can make it. Obviously, if you get into trouble early on, then you can switch to the hards and take them, but it's not going to be as fast. So I think for me, it's soft medium unless you've got horrible tyre wear.
Absolutely, and like I said, oh my days, Hayes has just gone off through the S's section, so I'm sure Nightshades would have been really alerted, to be fair, on Hayes' car of the Haas team, who's hopefully will try and bounce back as quickly as possible. That's why we have got the yellow flags on screen itself, but just watching Nightshades now come up to the second sector. I absolutely love this part of the section in the second sector, which is the spoon curve, which we've just seen at turn 14, then we come up to fast paced down into 130R. Are we going to see 2 wide or 3 wide scenarios tonight at 130R?
Yeah, I think it's possible these days. I mean, as I said, in the past, watching this track, that was always a tough corner. But with these modern F1 cars, their downforce and everything, you pretty much, that's not a corner anymore. 130R, which is a bit of a shame in my opinion. But you're primed for 2 wide through there. If you're both respectful of each other, it is possible. One of you normally ends up going out wide to the right on the exit of it, but it could be an overtaking position. Bad exit out of spoon always leaves you a bit vulnerable to somebody behind.
Absolutely, and that's what I hate about it. You put all that effort and try and get the overtake done as quickly as possible, and that's what happened. And to be fair, though, we've got quite a few drivers who are hitting the 26s tonight. We had Mr. Steen who hit the 26s first, then Rimp in 126.8. But then now Stefan is just going to first with 126.735. That's a good time, to be fair.
Yeah, and there goes Beck in with the 26.483.
That's a good time there from Beck, who's in the Renault team. I do apologise. Phil, what happened?
I've just got Humbo coming out of the chicane. Let's see what he can put in. 127.12, so makes him second. It's very tight there between him and Stefan.
Absolutely, and to be fair, I do apologise. I thought it was Hayes that went off track. It was Banzork in the Haas car that went off track through the S's. So we do apologise if we got the Hayes wrong during the stream. But 12 minutes 35 left. From what we saw from the F1 League last night with the qualifying, it is crucial, obviously, with the qualifying scenario, but are we going to see low... Well, we did the 26.4, it's like the low 26s, but are we going to finally going to hit the 25s tonight, high 25s tonight?
I thought somebody would get in the high 25s tonight. Yeah, I was thinking sort of 25.9, 26 flat maybe.
Ooh, okay, so do you want to place your bets? Do you want to place your bets on the 26?
No, not after last week's... well, the ending was good, but the beginning I got completely wrong, so...
Yeah, okay. I'll let you off with that, mate. I absolutely let you off with that. We're just watching Speed Queen now. So, obviously, Speed Queen, who, as I said earlier on, is one of the other drivers to have won the Suzuka track, the Japanese Grand Prix. But this was way back when the No Assist League on the PlayStation platform as well. And with Speed Queen, do you think she's got what it takes to get into the top 3 tonight at Suzuka?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, with experience and winning here, whenever you win at a track, it's always in your mind that you've won here before. You know what you can do here. So yeah, I definitely think she's in contention. Absolutely,
and don't get me wrong, Speed Queen, former champions back in the day. Hopefully, she's in it for the fight in the championship itself, but hopefully she'll keep that consistency throughout the season. That's the big question. For her. She's just doing her lap in now. She's got yellow flags in sectors 2 and 3, I think. Yeah, now 3 as well. So, but looking at it now and watching it from Speed Queen's point of view, she's obviously with the Red Bull team battling out in the constructors and with their consistency as well. Where do you think? Do you think the Red Bull team will keep fighting for the constructors now?
Yeah. I mean, I sort of picked them at the beginning. I think Nightshade can bring a lot to the party as well. So yeah, I'm still sticking with them. Absolutely. We're only 3 races in, so.
Absolutely, and I know it's early doors, and we're like a quarter already done of the races itself. But good evening to everyone that's joined the session. I hope everyone's all okay and well. This is the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League on the PlayStation platform, live and exclusive for you guys on the YouTube channel. Not only we're live and exclusive on the YouTube channel, but we also got the Xbox League's live exclusive as well for the F1 on Tuesday nights at the Twitch channel. So check them out on the Invictus Racing Leagues. They're live already now. We also got, obviously, the PC Leagues on Wednesday nights on the YouTube channel. Live exclusive for F1 and F2 respectively. We also got the Performance League, which Phil, aka Nitrogash, will be racing, and hopefully he'll try and emulate what he has done in the past to win at Suzuka on Thursday nights at 8 PM with myself and Tim. Not only we're live on that day, we also got the Xbox Performance League as well on the Twitch channel. So check them out, guys. Check them out. And also, the most important thing of all is check out the F1 and F2 leagues on the PlayStation platforms on Mondays and Tuesdays respectively, guys. They're doing a brilliant job as always. Well, we are, to be fair, in the F2 league as well. So, like I said, but not only obviously with YouTube and Twitch, we also got the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So check them out, guys. Check them out as well. But the most important thing of all, guys, is the InvictusRacingLeague.com. Check out with all the latest info and everything like that. And while we're watching Speed Queen, who did a 126.8, Luke Bailey, who's just been, who obviously he could not make it in the first few races, but he's got off to a flyer into a 26.4.
Great, that.
Absolutely, and we was talking to him, wasn't we, just before the race started, or before the session started, and he was saying to me, like, he struggled with the qualifying, but overall he does well in the races. So can his qualifying be of a bit of a turn now? So can he keep the race pace as he has done, but can his qualifying now stick, or are we going to see some more shocks?
I think he can do it. I've raced Luke quite a lot. He's a good driver. He's a good lad. But yeah, I think he might have been sandbagging with this, Malk. I think he's had our pants down there.
Well, too right with that, to be fair. So, but yeah, Luke's just completely went into pole position, but only by 500ths. Only by 500ths of a second.
Beck's just topped it.
Oh, beautiful lap there from Beck, 9,000. So he's got pole position with a 126.409. So Luke Bailey would be absolutely fuming at that, to be fair. Absolutely fuming. I think we might hit the 126, low 126, but I'm going to go for 26.2. I think 26.2. I know you're going to go for the 26 flat.
No. I mean, it's more looking like you're more correct than me. I was just making this assumption yesterday, so.
Well, I tell you what, I've just said 26.2, and guess who got pole? Humberstone with a 126.250, and we're already hitting 6 minutes 20 left of the qualifying. We've got yellow flag sectors 2 and 3 at the moment, but insane times from the F2 crew, Phil.
Yeah, that's a good time. Another couple of attempts off that, and then I'll be really happy.
Absolutely. Well, for your betting as well, that's what you're hoping for as well. But just watching Stefan, I think he's not going to improve his time. Steen is going to. Let's have a look at Wojtek. Wojtek did a 27.2, and I feel like Wojtek has stepped up a gear since he's joined the F2 League. He's stepped up massively ever since he did well in the F3 League last season.
Yeah, he's a good driver. He's got some pace, definitely.
Absolutely. And
I think I raced him in the realistic performance, don't I? He was ahead of me last race, I think. So yeah, he's very quick. He's
very quick, but I think he's just nervous when he's on the stream as well. When he does the question, well, we ask him the questions to make sure as well. But he's a good lad, and I think he's done a 27.2, but obviously between himself and first place, that's first to 13th place. That's mad. That's mad scenes at the F2 League. And to be fair though, I think we're just watching. Let's have a look at Aquinin. So he's doing his lapping now, but looking at those times now, Phil, do you think there'll be... who do you reckon will be the top 3 in the qualifying, as you've just seen the times now?
I'm going to go for Rimp, Humbo, and let me think. Who can improve from there? Speed Queen. Just because I can.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll find out if Phil is right on the qualifying in the top 3 in any particular order, I'm guessing. Anyway, from...
Yeah, each way bet.
And I knew he was going to go for that, to be fair. So, Aquanin. So, let's see what he can try to go through the spoon curve section now. And then down the hill for the straight line speed. Oh, coming up to 130R at turn 15. That's the point of it all. Like, I can't wait for this race because I reckon there'll be quite a few good battles tonight as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a good race tonight.
Absolutely. Just watching Aquanin now, who's the only one who's got... Oh! I don't know what happened from there. I don't know if he looked at it and thought, oh, I can't do this lap.
He's gone the wrong way. Oh, blah.
Yeah, it was a shame because I think he was trying to get back into the pits. The way it looked, it's like...
I was in two minds. I thought he just lost the back end then.
I mean, I could be wrong. On there, but it looked like his back end went. But I thought the way it looked on the camera that I saw, it looked like he was trying to get back in. But again, that would have to be looked at.
Makes more sense, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. So, taking else. He's moved up to 9th place in the Ferrari driver with 126.798. That's a good time from the Ferrari into the top 10 as well. So, 2 minutes 40 left on the qualifying at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. Who will get pole position at the Suzuka Grand Prix, the most famous track at the Japanese Grand Prix, shall we say. So, who are you watching so far, Phil?
I'm just looking at Kazza, but he was on an outlap. So we've got people on outlaps, I think. So Taken Elves is going slow. Beck is half a second down on his last attempt, I think, unless he abandons this one and goes for another one. But I think he's carrying on with it.
To wait and see if he can try and improve this time. But yeah, let's see what he can try to do through Spoon Curve. So
yeah, we've got a good 10 drivers on outlaps now, so it's about to get busy.
I think with the slipstream as well, that's what you probably need, especially at before 130R and at the start at the first turn at the DRS straight as well. So let's see what Beck can do on his lap. So
no, he's going back in.
So he's going back in. So he will not have. Yeah, so we won't have enough time now to do his lap. So, Mr. Steen, 136.6. He's 4 tenths off the leader. And he needs to try and push that car as much as possible through the S's part. And I always feel, though, when you go up the S's, especially at the last part of the S section, it's trickier because you can drift yourself wide into the gravel itself.
Yeah, I personally have an issue on the first one as you enter, and then I always have an issue with the last one as you exit. I always end up massively over to the right, which I think is a common thing. I don't think I'm alone in that. But yeah, I think you just got to lift a little bit, but it's always tempting in qualifying just to keep your foot in, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you can't you can't make a mistake at all. And Taken Else is the first person to retire in the qualifying. We only got about 10 seconds left. Can we see any shocks? We're going to see if Mr. Steen can try and get into the low high 25s. 26-1. 26-1 from Mr. Steen. Brilliant lap there. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, he's nearly there.
He's nearly there. Just about there. Bills has retired from the session. He is in 12th. Bit of a lock up there from Hubberstone. So, oh no, he's lost it at turn 11. His back end just went as he was trying to push, and unfortunately for him, he will not improve his time. He'll be out of the. Will he try and hold on for second place? That's the big question. Can Rimp coming up to passing spoon curve into 130R? He's 9 thousandths quicker, but not purple on second sector. He's 9 thousandths quicker, but can he try and get into third place? Or even better, try and get into second place? That is the big question. Rimp, will he try and do it? Oh no, he won't. He will not do it. He will lose out. Stefan
Speed Queen jumped up to 5th in her lap.
Oh, well done to Speed Queen. Well done to that Speed Queen. She's moved up to 5th with 126.4. Stefan did improve his time, but not enough. Where's Wojtek? Wojtek will not improve his time. He's invalidated. So, Mr. Steen has split us from the 126 flat to the 126.2 of our predictions of the qualifying.
Yeah.
And what a qualifying lap, to be fair.
Yeah, still a cracking lap, that.
Absolutely. Brilliant stuff from him. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, we'll go through the qualifying classification in a moment too, guys. But if you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like subscribe to the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel, as well as the Twitch channels, and on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram as well, guys. And the most important thing of all is check out the InvictusRacingLeague.com for all the latest results as well. So we're just going to get the qualifying classification. So here are your short qualifying classifications for the Japanese Grand Prix. For the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League of the PlayStation platform. You got Mr. Steen, who's in first. Humbo is in second. Beck is in third. Rimp is in fourth. Speed Queen 5th. Luke Bailey is in 6th. Hotari is in 7th. Stefan is in 8th. Banzorg is in 9th. Tekin Owls is in 10th. Wojtek is in 11th, Keza 12th, Bills 13th, Nightshades 14th, CJ Hayes 15th, Hulk is in 16th, and Aquanin is the only one who's not done a time because of his DSQ in 17th place.
1 second covering the whole field, Mel.
I was just about to say, but you've spot on there with the stat. 1 second covered the whole track. 1 second, that is mad. Absolutely mad scenes. But overall, I'm going to be speechless because as you rightly said, I think we're in for a classic tonight at the Suzuka Grand Prix.
Yeah, I mean, how close do you want to be between the field? I mean, shows that everybody's got the pace. So, as we said earlier, keep it clean, keep consistency. Penalties are going to come into effect. I think we might get a safety car. You never know. It's quite often around here. So, yeah, looking forward to this.
Absolutely. And like I said, guys, good evening to everyone that's joined the session. And I hope you are going to enjoy the F2 League on the PlayStation platform for the Invictus Racing League. This is going to be an absolute classic. But what's going to be important is I always look at the outside of the top 10, obviously, because obviously the top 10 will have to be on the softs or wherever they've qualified on. But outside the top 10, do you think there'll be quite a few people who gamble on the mediums, or do you reckon they'll stick with the softs tonight?
I think some of them will go the alternative strategy. I mean, you're outside the top 10, you're that far back, you've got to make your moves, haven't you? I mean, I don't know what's the advantage of going for the soft if you're at the back. You
have to get a really good start and make the moves as quickly as possible. That's the big question of it all, to be fair. But it's a tough one. But I think if you're between 12th, obviously probably about 13th, between 11th and 13th, I reckon you would probably keep on the softs because you've got a good chance to try and catch up to the guys ahead. But obviously outside of 13, I think you might might see the mediums. I'll be very surprised if someone gambles to go on the hards, because you have to go all the way to the end and probably go on to lap 20, I think, for the hards as well.
Yeah, I think the mediums can make it to about 17, 18, can't they? So I don't really see the advantage of using the hards if you're at the back, and you might as well use the mediums, and you'll probably make it to the end on the softs.
Absolutely, and that's the most important thing of all is with the tyre strategies itself. Obviously, as we said earlier on, it is the one-stop, predicted one-stop, but with the safety car, which I'm going to ask you actually, do you reckon, obviously we could be seeing the safety car, but do you reckon there'll be a full-on, at least one proper safety car appearing tonight?
Yeah, I think there's always the chance around it, because some of the places are a bit hard to get recovery cars. So they can cover most things under VSC, but then there's this track. There's lots of places you get spit off, and it's quite close to walls, and they can be quite awkward places. So I could see a safety car here, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to get themselves prepped up and ready to go. Hopefully, we should be able to kick off in probably about a minute's time. They want to get everything set up and ready to go for the. We were set ready to go. So, Mr. Steen and Luke Bailey are the admins of the PlayStation F2 leagues, and to be fair though, they said that everyone's all set, ready to go, and they all going to be on the starting grids as well. So, pardon me. And to be fair though, obviously if you start with the softs, you would get a difference between lap 7 and lap 10 is the way forward. If you go on to lap 7, that's the way that the guys are going to be on for the hard tyres. For the guys that are in the for the medium tyre scenario, don't be surprised if we see some pitting at probably at lap 10, 11 as much as possible. That's the best thing of all as well. So
we've got a straight split there, Malk. We've got all the top 10 obviously on softs that they qualified on, and everybody outside the top 10's gone for the medium option.
I predicted that I would have expected to see a few people gambling on the softs, but it's still a good choice though, to be fair. Still a good choice. As you can see from the predicted pit stop strategy that you can see on screen, you can do softs to the hards, and probably on up to lap 9 it says on the predicted pit stop strategy, but normally you can go a little bit earlier and go a bit longer than ever before to do the hard tyres all the way to the end without any issues at all. But from this perspective as well, just a bit of a recap of the standings if you have missed it. Obviously, John Bellion's in first with 33 points, Hubberstone is in second with 28 points, Rimp is in third with 26 points, Speed Queen is in fourth with 25 points, Mr. Steen is in fifth with 17 points. Those drivers are going to be obviously John Bellion's not in the race, which we forgot to mention earlier on, but John Bellion is the Drivers' Championship leader, so hopefully he'll be hoping that some of these Driver Championship contenders or challengers, shall we say, to try and not get advantage on big points tonight, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, Humbo's obviously his closest competitor at the moment by 2 points, and then Rimp, so they're in prime position to take advantage of the fact that John Bellion's not here tonight.
Yeah, so how awkward it would be if those two drivers had a bit of an unlucky scenario, shall we say, in the race, and not take the advantage that's been given to them tonight in the Japanese Grand Prix. But guys, if you are in the comments and you're watching the stream, what's your top 3? And if you predict right, we'll have a look back and see if you are correct at the end of the race itself. But I wish everyone all the very best of luck at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. We're just the drivers are slowly coming into the starting grids now. So here we go. we are going to be off and running for the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka. So should be a classic, one of the classic tracks. We should be able to kick off. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are go, go, go. Who's had the great start? It looks like Hubberstone's had a great start, and one of the drivers at the back has had a bit of a back end moment, and they're coming up to the first corner now. And there was so much battles galore. Looks like Kesler and Speed Queen have dropped themselves down from now down to like 15th now. So mad scenes at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. Mad scenes to start off with, but Hubberstone right on close to Mr. Steen for first place. Phil, who are you watching so far?
I'm just looking at the back now. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Speed Queen. She's got right end fence damage. Take the first corner really, really wide. So, guessing she's going to be pitting for the hards and the new wing.
Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully she'll try and hope that the safety car might kick in.
Oh, sorry, Mal. Big accident at the back.
What's happened?
CJ Hayes just gone straight into the back of Aqualing at the hairpin.
Oh, okay. So we got a virtual safety car, guys. We got a virtual safety car. I'm still watching the battle between Mr. Steen and Hubberstone because those two were banging out so much at the start, and these guys are trying everything they can to produce the goods. But Rimp is getting right close to Beck for third place. So
we've got 3 cars at the back now, Matt, with all got wing damage. Hulk, CJ Hayes and Speed Queen, I think, will all be going in. I'm not sure about Aquilon.
We'll have a look in a moment or two, but Mr. Steen, Hubberstone has... oh no, Rimp is still closing in on Beck. DRS should be enabled soon. And here we go, Rimp try and close in on Beck now. He needs to try and push on massively. Aquanin has gone into the pits as well, so you did say it might have been the wing damage. It could be as well.
Yeah, we have 5 cars, Mount, with wing damage.
It's all right, mate. I'll let you off just this once.
I don't know who Mike is.
Yeah, I did. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, so Rimp trying to close in the gap onto Beck, trying to do everything he can to close the gap into. Try and close it as much as possible, but so far so good for Mr. Steen, who's really pushing on to try and get away from Hubberstone. But at the moment, those two drivers are still really getting closer than ever before.
Yeah, there's those 3 are just making a gap to Rimp at the moment, just out of DRS. So when that kicks in, he's just outside at the moment. Just outside at the moment, but obviously this will be better times coming in. So we'll just try and see. Let's have a quick look at some of the battles. Actually, just a few. We've got a massive train, sorry, Mel, from behind Luke Bailey, basically all the way down to about 11th. Yeah, I'm just watching that as well, and mad scenes, absolutely mad. But the DRS should be active now. They should be active now. That's the big question. These guys don't want to waste any more time. But look at the gaps between each of them, from first to like 7th, 8th, possibly. Yeah, the mad scenes. To be fair. Yeah, the top 10 are covered by 6.5 seconds, pretty much. It's just mad, but that's what you get with the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. Closest battles that we ever seen before. And obviously we've already done a quarter of the way of the season. Obviously 12 races of the season. We've done 3. This is the 4th race of the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. We'll just let's go back to first and second to see if Hubberstone could have a chance on Mr. Steen now for first place. But Phil, who are you watching so far, and what are you expected to see? Like a train galore, shall we say? Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully this splits up a little bit because it's a bit hard to keep up with at the minute. But I'm just sort of going through as you are from the top basically down to 10th, because you don't know where to look, do you, really, between these guys?
Absolutely not. And looks like Hubstone's got the DRS. He's got the chance to make the move. Banzorg's got the fastest lap of the race now with 1:30.583. Oh, Hubstone does not do enough to get close to Mr. Steam, but it looks like Bills has made the move onto Wojtek in 11th place. So
Rimp had a very good look at Beck then as well.
From the DRS straight as well.
Yeah, he was like down to about a 10th behind him when they came into the first corner.
Oh, okay, so we'll watch Rimp now to see what he can try and do, but it looks like I think Kez has moved up to 14th. So just try and see what's going to happen from Rimp's point of view. Can he try and make the closest move? We've got the first penalty of the race tonight. We've got Wojtek with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. As you can see, guys, I know there's not much battles that we have just watching on the stream, but we have seen a few overtakes from the back of the grid. So hopefully we get that more on the DRS straight in a moment or two. But we're on lap 427 of the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League on the PlayStation platform. And they're coming up to the 130R. And
surely Humbo's going to have a go here.
So
he gets a good exit.
We'll have another look at Humbo now to see if he can try and attack Mr. Steen. This is a good opportunity now. Good opportunity. And looks like Rimp might have a good opportunity against Beck. We're going to watch that. Can Overstar make the move? No.
I think Beck's getting DRS off Humbo at the moment, but isn't really helping Rimp.
Absolutely not. But I bet. Do you think Humberstone is losing the straight line speed a bit? Because he's not getting the overtakes when he needs it.
I think he's not using his overtake at the moment yet, Malk. I think he might be playing the game of decrease Mr. Steen's ERS and then use mine when I've got more. I mean, he can just stay with him in the DRS at the moment, so maybe that's his plan.
Yeah, let's see if he can try and keep. I think they're trying to keep the pack as well. And obviously, by the time we hit into laps 7 to 10, that's where we see a few changes on the drivers itself. But overall, it's been a closest battle we've ever seen at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League on the PlayStation platform as well. Mad scenes. And looks like Humberstone. Is Humberstone going to or if anyone makes a too wide at 130R and it's caught on the live stream, they are absolute legends. Oh my days, Humberstone!
Big lock up from Steen there.
Steen's struggling. Oh, he's pouring with sweat. But now Humberstone could have a chance to try and close the gap, but Beck could have an opportunity as well. Same with Rimp. Banzorg's got a fastest lap of 130.4. Again, look at these drivers. They've like the top four are all close together, and then you got 5th and 6th together. Well, between 5th and 9th. This is mad.
That's one big train as well. We've got two groups forming in.
Yeah, so we are trying to get everyone as live TV coverage as possible, but it's mad, absolutely mad scenes at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League as well. So all Banzorg's got the 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I forgot to mention, like, the penalties. The penalties is, I think it's a little bit stricter. Do you agree?
I don't think it's as bad as Mexico. I don't, there's a couple of places where it's a bit, but it's not too bad, this one, I don't think.
But you do get as penalties as galore as well.
You can pick them up. You can pick them up around here. It's not one of the ones where nobody ever gets any penalties. It is possible, but I think there's other tracks where it's a lot harsher. Absolutely.
It looks like Bills has made the move into 11th.
Yeah.
Wojtek has dropped down to 12th. Now, could we see the overtake now? It looks like Rimp with the helicopter. He's got a chance. Oh my days! Oh. That's mad. We might have too wide. We've got a too wide scenario. Can Beck? Oh my God, Beck!
Oh, nearly at Humber.
F2, guys. If you're watching this, you're an absolute legend watching it. mad scenes at Suzuka. But obviously, you feel like you don't want to leave this battle at all. But also, you got the train behind at 5th as well.
Yeah, I think Stefan's struggling to keep up with the top 4 here, and he's got Luke Bailey really hounded him, and then obviously Luke's got Huntari and Taken Elves and Bangs all behind him. So Stefan's got a lot of pressure here.
Absolutely, and obviously with the soft tyres should be kicking in about this lap now, which would you expect some early pit stops now, except for the ones that had the wing damage? We know about that, but do you think we're going to see the guys who are pitting in now, or do you reckon they'll be a little bit longer than before?
If we get somebody now, this will be the time for the people that aren't confident on their tyre management and just want to take the hards, because I mean I'm not sure. I haven't really ran the soft properly yet with fueling, so I'm not entirely sure how it wears. But
Beck's out. Beck's lost the back end. I just saw it at the glimpse on the live stream itself. He's lost the back end and hit the pit entry with the wall. That's the one where people could massively make a massive mistake. I was watching the Hubberstone Mr. Steen, and I just saw Beck lost his back end and he hit the pit entry. So unfortunately for Beck,
we've got safety car out.
So we have, yeah. I was just about to say, but thank you, Phil.
Bills and Wojtek have pitted. They were right by the pit entrance when that happened.
So, do you think this could be the good call, or do you think they'll? Do you think majority of the guys are going to try and pit now? Or do you reckon? Well, with the soft tyres, you would expect them to pit now. But for this scenario itself, I think there might be a little bit longer for the mediums as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you started on the mediums now, you're pretty much you're going to have to go to the hards, aren't you? And if you're on the soft, I guess you change to the mediums now because you're going to get a couple of laps through on the safety car, so you're not really going to damage your tyres that way. So I expect the top 8 to come in, definitely.
Absolutely, and yeah, you would expect quite a few to pit in, and for the guys who already pitted for the hard tyres, so they should have a good opportunity, but they'll be trying to close the gap, and they've come up to pass the spoon curve at turn 14, and then come up to turn 15, which is the 130R, but lap 8 to 27, we got our first safety car. It was really unlucky for Beck. Really unlucky for Beck. Unless, I mean, I don't know if you saw it full on from your point of view.
No,
Phil.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. It was just I was worried, thinking, because I only saw it from the glimpse at the back of the live stream. It was like he's lost the back end and hit the pit entry. So all the drivers, as you rightly said, 6th, 7th, 8th. So Nightshades, who's in the medium tyres, he's obviously started off on the medium tyres. So he might have an opportunity to. Obviously, he will have to pit later on. But with Bills and Wojtek, can Wojtek and Bills produce the goods now after that safety car scenario?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to be a little bit slower on pace, but these guys are going to run out of tyres towards the end of the stint, so it could come back to them. It just depends how much they can hold off the guys behind them.
Absolutely, and it's going to be tough. Either way, it's going to be massively tough, but majority of the drivers have gone for the medium tyres as well, so that's good, to be fair.
And a couple of the guys who obviously were involved in the first lap thing have re-pitted and changed now, so they'll go to the end. Speed Queen's gone on to the mediums. I think Hulk went on another set of hards.
So yeah, I think they're trying to get as much of the points as possible, but yeah, it's just mad scenes at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. If you are watching the stream, guys, good evening to you all. and just joined, we've just had the first safety car of the race on lap 8. Lap 8? Yeah, lap 8 of... no, lap 7, sorry, lap 7. Lap 7 of the race itself, and then we just had the first safety car from Beck. But yeah, it's just been... from our point of view, Phil, we haven't seen many overtakes that what we would have liked, but there's been some really close gap battles, shall we say.
Yeah, I think from qualifying, with the field being separated by just a second, it was always going to be this way. They were always going to be really, really close. I mean, the pace is so similar. Like I said, just a mistake or, a bit of inconsistency, you lose a position or... But overtake-wise, it seems like it's very difficult to overtake.
Yeah, I mean, Suzuka's one of those tracks where, obviously, the only overtakes that I've known that can pull it off is obviously the DRS straight, the hairpin, and also obviously spoon curve and 130R, and also at the end of 130R, which is turn 16, where the chicane part is. That's where we know that there'll be a few overtakes, but we haven't seen much, obviously, because it's been some really good close battles. But I think we might see a few shocks along the way. Do you agree?
Yeah. There's still a twists and turns in this one yet. Just to let you know, Malk, as well, Hulk's changed his mind. He's took the hards off now and he's gone to the mediums.
Yeah, he probably thought, I can't keep up with the pace, and then probably drop down the pack. So he's gambled to go on the mediums. So fair respect for him, but obviously he's going to have a mammoth task from 16th, try and get into the top 10. Obviously, guys, if you have got the fastest lap, obviously you're only getting within the top 10. If you're outside the top 10 with the fastest lap, you don't get that point as well. Was you about to say something, Phil?
No, Matt. No, I was just looking through.
No, that's all right. No worries. I thought the way I thought it was like, what's going to happen so far? Do you think there'll be like with Keza, Bills, and Wojtek? They're the only ones who are on the hard tyres now. So, what do they have to do to try? Obviously, Keza's going to be struggling to try and keep up within the top 10, but what does Bills and Wojtek have to do with the onslaught? Well, I feel like it's called an onslaught, shall we say, from Mr. Steen and Hubbardstone, who've been banning out for the top 2 from the first part of the stint.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to keep them behind. They're just going to have to try as hard as they can. I mean, they get DRS. Wojtek will get DRS on Bills. If Bills can keep up with Nightshades with their old tyres, we'll see whether they can last out the best of the medium tyre till the hard becomes the better tyre.
Absolutely. Safety car's in, and we should be able to kick off. Oh, as you just saw as well, Nightshades has lost the back end, and now Wojtek. Nightshades is now pulling away in first place. It looks like Wojtek had a great start as well to try and close into the gap on Bills, but hopefully he'll try and close the gap as much as possible. But overall, guys, this has been a great restart of the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League on the PlayStation platform, guys. At the Suzuka, here we go. Mr. Steen now is getting close. He's getting closer now to Wojtek, but what does he have to do to try? Because he's got Hubbardstone, who's been pressuring him since the start of the race, Phil.
Yeah, I think he's just going to have to bide his time behind Wojtek here for a minute until DRS comes back in effect. Oh, Humber takes a dive.
We could have had...
Oh, that nearly paid off. Nearly.
As I said earlier on, turn 11, the hairpin. That's where we would see the overtake. And now, because Hubbardstone trying to gamble on the move, Rimp is going to try and make an opportunity here to produce something. To be fair, though, to Hubbardstone and Rimp, they've been, and Mr. Steen as well, they've been driving really well tonight. I do agree.
Yeah, we've got Wojtek and Mr. Steen.
Oh!
Mr. Steen's out wide. Oh,
we had the two
gets
wide.
The move done, I think.
We had the 2 wide at the 130R. Legendary stuff as well.
He picked up a penalty during the move, though, I think.
Oh, but I tell you what, Wojtek's got 2 wide scenario again. But can he make the move into turn 1? He can't do it. Can he? No,
Nah.
he can't. He can't do it. I thought... This is what we love about the Invictus Racing League. You just never know what to expect back. And now, Wojtek is going to be under a lot of pressure from Hubberstone, who's been right at the back of Wojtek. And quite a few drivers still at the back. You just don't know which one to pick in this Invictus Racing League, the F2 League tonight. So...
Mr. Bills is doing a good... Mr. Bills, sorry. He's doing a good job. Don't mix up the drivers there. He's doing a good job of hanging on to Nightshade. So the tyres that Nightshade have on are 11 laps old. And Bills seems to be able to hang on to him. So that maybe gives us an indication of when the mediums and the hards will be a similar sort of tyre.
Yeah, I think in the next 6 laps for Nightshades to come in. And that's where we'll see when Bills is going to try and push away. But with Mr. Steen pressuring, look at this. This is mad. I thought we was going to have a few 130R moments. It looks like Stefan's trying to close in on Keza for 7th as well.
I think Humbo's going to go for it here. I think Humbo and Rimp are so close behind Wojtek.
Yeah, DRS is now active, guys. DRS is now active after the safety car. Now, here we go. Can Hubberstone try and make the move? He's got to do something because he can't avoid so much scenarios. It looks like Stefan's made the move now onto 7th against Keza. Oh no, Keza's back.
Side by side.
Oh!
Stefan nearly lost his nose there.
Lost his nose? He would have lost the car massively. But fair play. He tried to gamble against Keza. But now he's going to be under a lot of pressure against Huntari and Luke Bailey for 9th and 10th. And also Speed Queen, who really is trying to pressure back into the top 10 as well, Phil.
Yeah, still looking at Bills hanging on to Nightshade. Nightshade's trying to get away, but he's just made a mistake coming out of the hairpin, which has really put him under pressure from Bills now.
Yeah, absolutely mad scenes. But fair play to Bills. He might have an opportunity to get ahead of Nightshades. Just try and get that
about
ready.
equal on ERS as well. Oh, round the outside of 130R. He's made it.
Oh! What a move! What a move there from Bills! Oh, lock up! Oh my days! A lock up there from Nightshades. I don't think he's lost any front wing damage, but he's still going for it. Can Nightshades bounce back with the DRS? He'll have to try and make the move done now.
Humbo's going for Wojtek again, Malk. Down the outside. Coming into turn 1. He's got the move done, I think.
He has. Yeah, he has. He's got to make the move done. But now, Rimp is trying to close the gap as well. So Wojtek, who did a magnificent job to try and hold on to 3rd. He's dropped down to 5th now, but obviously we did say the pressure. Oh, what happened to Rimp?
He just lost the back end going into the S's, where I said I always lose it on the first turn in.
Do you think it's the pressure?
I'm not entirely sure, Mal, but I know that that's quite easy to do. You carry too much speed into it and the back end just goes away from you.
Absolutely. And Aquanin has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. And quite a few drivers are really going for the hairpin moves, because if they can try and hold on and wait for the DRS, yellow flag set to 2. That is
Aqualan.
Aqualan.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so he's out. He's made a massive mistake at the hairpin corner. But Rimp trying to close the gap onto Keza through 130R, still trying to close the gap as much as possible. We've got, looks like Luke Bailey could have an opportunity to close the gap onto Stefan for 9th place. Still watching Rimp now, trying to close the gap onto Keza. Unless, Phil, do you reckon there'll be a few moves now?
Yeah, there's a massive train behind Humbo. I mean, I know Humbo's just got past Wojtek. Oh!
Yeah, sorry about that, Phil. There was a bit of contact between Rimp and Keza. It looked like Rimp made the move, but it caught Keza a bit out and got himself out of turn 1 to turn 2. And looks like Aquanin has gone off as in like is out of the race with the DNF. But what was you saying earlier, Phil? Before I interrupted.
I was just behind Humbo. I mean, I know Humbo's just overtook Wojtek, so he's going to pull away. But what a train that is! There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars,
10
and you can't separate them.
I think the way the pace has been at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League, has been. It shows that it's just the close battles. Oh, Bills has got
Bills picked up a ball.
Yeah, picked up at 3 seconds. So, I know. That's the reaction. I was like, you have to make sure you don't want to make any silly mistakes during the penalties. And now, Nightshades is 3/10. Well, he was 3/10 to close to Bills. But watching it from Kez's point of view, Rim score 3-second time penalty now for multiple warnings. This is mad. Absolutely mad racing.
I tell you, who's sitting there rubbing his hands at the minute, it'll be Humbo.
It'll be Humbo. He'll be absolutely loving it. But now Wojtek, who's lost 5th place now to Rimp, so Wojtek will drop down to 6th place. So fantastic racing overall at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League as well. So, but I want to watch this train because one silly mistake could bump you up or drop you right down to like outside the top 10. That's mad.
I don't know what you think, Matt, but I mean, when I'm ever in one of these trains, I always look ahead of me and look behind me and then just think, okay, I'll overtake the guy in front, and then where am I going?
Yeah. Yeah. That I do agree with that, because you probably think if you want to make the move onto the right, you've got to make sure the other car behind doesn't want to make the overtake on you as well.
Exactly.
And it looks like we might have another opportunity here against Luke Bailey and Speed Queen, who look like Speed Queen's going to try and make the move. Speed Queen, who was one of the former winners of the Suzuka back in at the PlayStation No Assist League, and yourself, Phil, for winning the.
Mr. Steen's making a move on Nightshade at the chicane. Oh, he's gone round.
Oh my days, Mr. Steen! You saw what happened from your point of view. So what actually happened?
Coming out of Spoon, they got side by side coming down the straight as they went into 130R. They were still sort of side by side, just slightly behind Steen was, and he went to go on the outside on the chicane. And as he turned in, obviously Nightshade was on the inside. It just banged wheels and just spent him round into a spin.
Oh, okay. So that might be checked later on.
Well, first look, it just looks like one of those things. I don't think Nightshade did anything wrong. I just think it wasn't a place for two people to go through there.
Yeah. So Nightshade is on 16 laps already of the medium tyre. So he'll probably pit in this next one or two. Taking Owls has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Huntara is still trying to hold on and close the gap onto Keza on the hard tyres, who's in 6th place at the moment.
Speed Queen side by side with Luke Bailey. Through Spoon. We'll get some move done.
Just saw a glimpse. I was trying to watch the battle, but yeah, fair play to Speed Queen, who's just caught Luke napping, shall we say, into Spoon Curve. So, but Luke will have the DRS, but then also Speed Queen will have the DRS. He's got a bit of a lock up from his point of view. Hubberstow's got a fastest up of the race now with 1:30.253, so he really is up for it now for this top 3 finish tonight at the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League as well. So Huntari could be closer to Keza, but who are you watching so far, Phil?
I was just checking Humbo's warnings, and he's got one, which he picked up on lap 3, and that's the only warning he has so far, so it's looking good for him. Yeah,
but we don't want to do a commentator's curse, shall we say? We don't want to do Never. We've heard that before, didn't we? As well. So, but yeah, it's with Humberstone trying to get, well, with one warning so far, can he keep that consistency going? At the moment, yes. But I'll probably have to ask Phil if how many obviously Nightshades will have to pit, but Normally, I think it's 21 seconds. I'll just double check with the leader. So even if Nightshades does pit, he'll be at the back of the grid.
Yeah, he's going to drop all the way to the back, isn't he?
It's because everyone's all close together.
Yeah.
And it's just mad scenes. Huntari's closed in. Oh, Kez has gone wide at... he's got a 3-second time penalty because of that 130R scenario. But now, Keza will be a city duck. Looks like Hubberstone's made the move on to Rimp. It looks... Oh no, Nightshade's going to the pits.
Nightshades is in, yeah.
Yeah, so Speedqueen's got the fastest of the race, 130.2. Huntari thought he made the move. He was going to make the move into 5th place, but Keza fighting on for another day, for another lap as well. But he's getting closer to Wojtek in 4th place. So while these guys are still banging out, the top 3 are going to be absolutely laughing, as you said earlier on, Phil.
Yep, I mean, Bills is still hanging on for about a second from Humberstone. Be good to see if Humberstone can close that up now that Nightshades is pitted. Obviously, Bills has got a 3-second penalty, so you know Humbo's still in the pole position, in prime position.
Oh, definitely. But to be fair to Bills, he'll be hoping that Humberstone might have a scenario, but closer is the battle between Huntari, Stefan and Speedqueen. Speedqueen, who's got the lightning effect to get into the top 8. Let's just have a look at well, everyone's at the stops. So obviously Bills with the biggest mover with 12 positions. So he started off in 13th all the way into 1st, and then Wojtek and Keza with 7. Obviously the biggest loser, or the biggest dropper, is Mr. Steen with from 1st to 11th. Oh my days. It looked like Keza's going to try and make the move, but it looks like it might be Stefan trying to make the move onto Huntari. He's right at the back now. He really is right at the back. He wants to try and make the move done, but he can't do it. Mr. Steen's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now, so it's really unlucky for Mr. Steen, to be fair, from tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing really well. It's just, I don't know whether he got a little bit impatient and wait for the move at the chicane. I mean, fair enough, you know, you've got to have a go when you think you've got the pace. But with the straight just after that, I think, you know, yeah, it's a bit disappointing for him, bless him.
Absolutely, and hopefully he'll bounce back. A yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 2. That might have been Mr. Steen again. Oh, Speedqueen's dropped down. Speedqueen's dropped down to 8th. Stefan moves up to 7th. So yeah, mad scenes. But who are you putting your money on for like this battle as well for tonight?
I think this is in Humbo's hands now, I think. Even if he doesn't get past Bills, he knows he's got, you know, only one warning at the moment, still only one warning, so I think he'll be sensible with it. I think he's got the pace to take Bills and just go off into the distance, to be fair.
Absolutely, but now we've still got this train galore, shall we say, from 4th all the way down to possibly Speedqueen, but then also we got Luke Bailey and taking Else around a bit of a battle between 9th and 10th, just a brief moment. Mr. Steen has retired in the pits.
In the pits, yeah.
So unfortunately for Mr. Steen, who's had a bit of an unlucky race, shall we say, an unlucky race tonight at the Invictus Racing League.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the guy. He was having a good race.
I mean, he was pole position. He was like up for it, and then also because of that scenario that happened at the chicane part at the 3rd sector, that's what's happened, and it was a shame. And let's hope he'll bounce back next week for round 5 as well. So Huntari trying to close the gap onto Keza as well, and you just don't know what to expect back from this race itself. But I quite loved it now, this train battles, because you just don't know who's going to make the next move, especially at 130R scenario.
Yeah, taking ours is really close to Luke Bailey now. Is this going to be a move?
So just watching Taking Owls try and make the move on to Luke Bailey. Can he make the move done? It looks like the drivers are struggling to get past on the DRS straight. They can't do it, can they, Phil?
No, I mean, I think Luke was in overtake then, I think, and I don't know whether Taking Ours was, but still with the DRS, you think it would be a bit more powerful than that.
Yeah, absolutely. With the overtake as well, as you rightly said, it should have been a bit more helpful with the straight line speed, but there's quite a few drivers who've been struggling with that, and it looks like one of the drivers has made a mistake. It looks like Banzorg. Yeah, it is. It's Banzorg.
Yeah, it's Banzorg sector 1, yeah.
So Banzorg is made a mistake through the up the hill section in the S's part as well. So he's going through to the second sector now. So Hubberstone, all Hubberstone has to do is just try and keep close to Bills, and that's all he has to do. To be fair, unless he gets a penalty, which the way he's going, I can't see that happening tonight.
I'll just have another check on warnings.
So while
nope, still on 1.
Still on 1. So you'll be pouring with sweat, trying to keep it cool and calm and collective to try and win the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League at the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka track. So, but yeah, it's been immense stuff. I'm just trying to have a look and see if Huntari could have a chance of getting closer to Keza, who, if Huntari get past Wojtek and Keza, he might have a chance to try and close the gap, but again, the positions is the positions, I think the more Huntari cannot get past, it would be a mammoth task now to try and get close to third, and it looks like, yeah, Banzorg has retired in the pits, I believe. Yes, he has. So yeah, Phil, who are you watching so far?
Huntari needs to get past Keza. If he can get past Keza and then Wojtek, he could possibly catch Rim, enough time up to for the penalty to take effect, but he needs to get past these two on hards, and it doesn't look like he can do it.
Doesn't look like he could do it, but I don't know what it is. I think the more he was trying to attack, now he's now got Stefan and Speed Queen behind. This is going to be pressure now for Huntari to try and make the move. I mean, within that scenario, the guys, Rimp will try and hold. Well, Rimp will stay in third at this moment in time, but it all depends on how these guys can close the gap. Huntari needs to make the move done now if he wants to chase the top 3. That's the big question. He needs to try and close the gap into the top 3, but at the moment I can't see that happening because he is struggling to get past the two hard drivers. Nightshade got the fastest of the race now with 129.645, so in 13th place, and try and close the gap onto Hulk for 12th. So Phil, who are you watching so far?
I'm still with the Keza, Huntari, Stefan. Just to add to your point on that, I think we are at the point now where the mediums and the hards are going to be sort of equal pace with the Deg on the mediums.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But with the drivers who are on the medium tyres, you would expect it to hit probably about 70%, you would say, already?
You might have a little bit less about now, but yeah, maybe a couple of laps be 70%, something like that, I think.
Yeah, so hopefully...
And then you're thinking what the halves would be about 50 probably, wouldn't it? Just over 50, 60%, something like that.
You would think anyway, but it might be anyway. So let's have a look at Speed Queen now. Can she get close to Stefan, who's been... let's just have a look at the gap again from the positions that they were at before. Obviously, Speed Queen, who started off in 5th in the qualifying, was really unlucky, and she's just dropped herself down to 8th. So it's going to be a mammoth task for her to. Oh my days! Keza thought he was trying to make the move. I just saw that as well. Keza trying to make the move into Wojtek, but not enough. as well. And looks like taking L's.
Taking L's just got Luke Bailey, yeah.
Go on, Phil. What was you going to say about taking
No,
L's?
I didn't see it. I just caught the end of it. Taking L's has just got Luke Bailey at the end of the DRS straight into turn 1.
Well, he's took 9th. That's his motto. He's took 9th and took it with ease there as well. So, like I said, fantastic stuff for these drivers who have. They gave us some epic battles, close battles, which we did not expect. Like as in earlier on before we started the stream, but within a second of each other, it's just mad. And it looks like Speed Queen's got a chance now to try and make the move into Spoon Curve, but a fair, respectful driving from all these drivers tonight, Phil.
Yeah, it's like we said, the pace was so equal, and it looks like it's really difficult to get a move done. But yeah, they are being very fair and very respectful with each other.
Absolutely, and coming up to 130 yard, and then now coming up to the third sector into the chicane part now. Can Speed Queen now finally be able to try and close the gap to Stefan? But obviously with this train going on, it's like DRS train. CJ Hayes has got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Manchester just outside of the top 10 as well. And looks like I think Kes is still trying to battle it out with Wojtek in 4th. And as you can see from lap 26-27 on the penultimate lap, guys, we're on the penultimate lap. Just after this race, guys, we will have the interviews of the top 3, if they are available with their mics as well. But check everything out at InvictusRacingLeague.com, guys, for all the latest news and all the latest updates of all the tables itself. And also check out the YouTube channels for all the leagues of F1. The PlayStation leagues of F1, F2, live exclusive right now. You also got the PC leagues tomorrow night, on Wednesday nights at 8 PM for F1 and F2 respectively, and also for the Twitch, for the Xbox leagues. And I'll also mention that it's the debut of the commentators for the Xbox League tonight, so I hope they're having a cracker of a race at the Suzuka Grand Prix as well. So, we're on the final lap nearly. We're on the final. It looks like Keza Huntaris left the session. Oh, Wojtek! Wojtek has made the move. Wojtek has made the move back into 4th. Look, Keza. Stefan is. Stefan's moved to 6. Speed Queen moves to 7. Looks like Huntari. Mad Seas.
Huntari's car pitted.
Yeah. Oh, and CJ Hayes is out of the race.
He's lost it at the chicane by the look of it, mate.
Yeah, he's by the looks of the map.
Just have to know.
So hopefully, well, CJ Hayes, hopefully he'll bounce back. So the 2 Haas cars are out of the race. So they'll have to try and get some more points next week to try and get off the bottom of the constructors. But at the moment, as things stand, you've got Humberstone in prime position to win the Suzuka Grand Prix. But the biggest question of it all is, I think, I think Bills and Rimp are fine with the top 3. So, and I've got to say, Bills has made a strategic move to get into 1st, and it was a shame that he had that penalty as well.
Yeah, the safety car was just perfect for him, and Wojtek as well. They were just at the pit entrance. So here we go, final corners, mate.
So final corner now, and obviously with penalties, Bills has crossed over the line to finish the race, but Humberstone will finish off in 1st place. So congratulations to him. He has won the Japanese Grand Prix. It looks like Bills finishes in 2nd, Rimp will finish in 2nd, Stefan will finish in 4th. You got Speed Queen in 5th, Wojtek in 6th, Keza in 7th, and we'll give you a bit of the updates just a moment or two, guys. So, but yeah, driver of the day, as the game has predicted, is Bills, and I do agree. Do you agree with that, Phil?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he got lucky with the safety car, but you know, you've got to take what you get given and hold on for the hard tyres against all those guys. Yeah, I mean, from where he started, yeah, give him driver of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely mad scenes, but fair play to the drivers tonight, and it's been absolutely insane stuff. We only had one, I think we had one result back, but here we go. From the comments itself, from predicted from the race tonight. But here are your race classification for the Japanese Grand Prix. For the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League, we've got for the PlayStation platform, we've got Hubblestone in first, Bills is in second, Rimp is in third, Stefan is in fourth, Speed Queen in fifth, Wojtek is in sixth, Keza in seventh, Taking Owls is in eighth, Luke Bailey is in ninth, Nightshades is in 10th, Hulk is in 11th, Huntari is in 12th, CJ Hayes, Banzork, Mr. Steen, Aquinin is in 16th, and Beck in 17th. They've all had the DNF during that race tonight. Do you want to try and invite the guys in as well, the top three? So
Okay.
So we've got, I don't know if Hubstone will join us because he hopefully will, but let's try and get Bills and Rim to join in the party and hear their thoughts of their brilliant drives as well. And yeah, so just try and see. But yeah, if you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe, and also like this video. We was trying to aim for at least 10 likes tonight. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you like and subscribe, guys. It would be a massive help as well. We are just waiting for the drivers, so don't go anywhere, guys. We will be back in about a few minutes' time. You alright, guys? How you doing? I hope everyone's all okay and well. We are just getting some of the drivers into the commentators box, and we'll give you all the latest updates of their racing itself. But at the moment, we've just got Rimp, so we're going to go straight to Rimp now while we're waiting for Hubblestone and Bills. If the other two drivers don't come in the next few minutes, we'll stop the interviews for tonight. So Rimp, how you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm good.
You're
Enjoying
good.
the podium.
How does it feel? Tell us your feel of the podium tonight after that brilliant drive from yourself.
I think that's the best I can do today. The safety car just came at the wrong time. It literally came right after I passed the pit entry, so I lost most of the time. Like the top three lost.
Okay.
They're the most.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Steen, Humberstone, and me, we had to stay behind the safety car a long time.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Will's beat that there.
Yeah, he pitted like massively, but it was the way that he done it was just immense strategic call from himself. But obviously, you said this was the best thing you could do. Was that would you have done anything different tonight from your point of view, as well?
No, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, not really. I was struggling with the dirty air a lot, so
Yeah,
maybe practice that a bit.
yeah. Because I saw there was
Other
quite
than
a
that,
few. It was just there was a few where like you was there was a couple of trains galore as well, and then you had battles as much. But what was your bestest battle from your point of view as well?
I had a little moment in the sector 1 after the safety car, and the second racing point passed me there, and after that, maybe lap or two later, I passed him again, and that was the only battle I had the entire race, pretty much.
Absolutely.
It was a really lonely race for me.
But overall, mate, it's been a good. From your point of view, it was a good result to get into the podium tonight. Obviously, you had your first win of the season at Australia. First win of the season at Australia, and then you're getting a rhythm going, aren't you? Like you getting outside the top three into the top three, outside the top three into the top three. So the way that it's going into Monza, Italy next week, are we going to see the momentous going of try and stop the momentum and try and get to podiums more?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm still behind Humberstone in the drivers' standings, but I think I'm pretty good at Monza, so
Absolutely.
confident I can bounce back.
Absolutely. And just a quick, I know you mentioned briefly about Monza, but what's your thoughts of the track for the final time?
At Japan?
No, of Monza, sorry, for next
Monza.
week.
Oh, yeah. It's fun.
Thank you for that, mate. That was yeah.
It's fun.
Thank you. That was 2 words. It's fun. Yeah, thank you, mate. I much appreciate it with that. But congratulations on getting the podium tonight. Brilliant drive from you. But overall, it is still without doubt. It's still a good result either way. So thank you for joining us tonight, Rim. And I wish you all the very best of luck for the remainder of the season, mate. Brilliant stuff as well.
Thank you very much.
Nice one. You can stay if you want. You can shoot off. It's up to you, Rim. But he's decided to left. But final thoughts for tonight, for Phil. What's your thoughts of the race tonight at Japan for F2?
It's pretty much what I expected. I mean, we had a crazy start, 5 cars having to wing change, and then madness of them all being within a second of each other for a couple of laps, and then safety car brought it all back together again, and then we had it all over again. It was a great race. Unlucky for Mr. Steen. I feel for him for he was having a great race, and just one little mistake or what. I mean, I didn't see it clearly, so I don't want to judge on it. So whatever happened there has ruined a really good race for him. And then a brilliant tactical move by Bills. Shame about his penalty, but congratulations to Humbo, who made the most of his title challenger being away tonight.
Absolutely, and I do 100% agree with you with all those points, to be fair. And overall itself, it's been a classic track, classic battles, but we're going to Monza next week for round 5. You heard that, guys. We're going to Monza, the Italian Grand Prix, for next week for round 5 on the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. We'll be back next week for you guys, so don't you go anywhere. Don't you leave us at all, but as in make sure you join us next week for the Monza, for the Italian Grand Prix as well. So can I just say thank you to Phil, aka Nitric Ash, for joining me tonight in the comms, as always. And like I said, guys, if you watch the stream, please, for the final time, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League, on the YouTube channel, and also check out the Twitch channel on Invictus Racing Leagues, and also check out all the other social media sites of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. And also, the most important thing of all, guys, is check out InvictusRacingLeague.com. The next live race is for the YouTube channel for tomorrow night is the PC leagues on F1 and F2 respectively. So take your pick on the two races, two leagues tomorrow night. So cheers for that, guys. We're both going to shoot off, but we'll see you all next week for round 5 of the Italian Grand Prix. Take care of yourselves, guys. Ta-ra a bit. Bye bye.